Sandman.
They think they're from the government. Small men in hats and coats, like a paranoiac's dream. If they decide you owe, they will get into your house each night and take a piece of you, pulling rusted saws and knives from beneath their coats, until you are gone. The Piecemeal Men are a group of numerous humanoid entities equipped with rusty handsaws made by Trevor Henderson. The Piecemeal Men depict short and stubby bipedal humanoid entities wearing slightly deformed, white masks with small eyes and a slit, presumed to be the mouth. The creatures wear black fedoras, and a black cloak that goes all the way down to the knees. The creatures also wear tall, black boots like mafia or loan officer clothes. An interesting and important detail to note is that the creatures are equipped with relatively sharp, rusty handsaws that are surely used to slice off limbs in a clean fashion. A great amount of information has been provided to us by Trevor through his posts. He has specified the behavior of these creatures, saying that they are little men, physically looking like a combination of men in black, loan officers and mummers, and for some reason, they act like they are from the government, apparently. You can see that each of them is armed with a rusty handsaw. This handsaw is useful for them to finish their job. They sneak into people's houses at night and cut off their limbs using the aforementioned rusty handsaws. Surprisingly enough, they finish the job in a clean fashion, leaving no trace of their appearance aside from a business card that says they are the Piecemeal Men. This information suggests that they may have an actual job, unless those are only made up, by the time their victim has woke up in the morning. Strangely, the missing limb is bloodless, feels like it was never even there in the first place, which only makes their job more ominous and somewhat mysterious in nature. As of the second photo shown of the creatures, we are informed that one of the victims, which was an adult as evidenced by the caption, had the first joint and knuckle of their finger cut off, and was possibly murdered, to the caption denoting the photograph was found on the scene, while holding the Polaroid photograph in place. The caption also denotes that the missing limb was strangely bloodless, and the fact that the Piecemeal Men cut off the limb smoothly, even while it was holding a photograph in place, just shows how smooth and precise they are when it comes to attacking their victims. Other than their visible proficiency with using handsaws to cut off the limbs and joints of its victims, the creatures seem to be visibly smooth and precise, as they are able to cut off the body parts of a human smoothly, as evidenced by the caption of the second photo of the creatures, and somehow they seem to be able to efface the blood of the limbs they cut off with their handsaws, which is a rather interesting detail. One of their most strange and ominous abilities is to be able to cut the limbs off in a way that makes the victim feel like their limb was never even there in the first place. It is presumed that the Piecemeal Men manipulate the physical emotions or mind of their victim so they do not feel off when having their limb cut off and do not feel any pain when being injured. Trevor has also implied that they may be able to reproduce by creating more of their kind, as Trevor replied to the ask by saying that there is always room for growth in the organization. There's always a chain of command, but they might be serving an organizational structure that has long since stopped being relevant, if it ever was. This indicates that the creatures may operate under a certain higher power or organizational structure that has lost relevance, or maybe even never had any relevance. If you're bereft of arms and legs, they take the rest.